Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, nice move. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And a good start out of the gate. 2 games played, teams at 1-1, and he's played about as well as you expect a rookie quarterback to play. But what's been emphasized on the team and by the head coach, everyone else, raise your level around him and help this young man along.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
And the Raiders first down. Let's go.
On the play fake. Mendoza. And the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie that stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Jalen Lane deep for Washington. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year of the NFL now.
And what a start to the season he's had. 10 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. Now, we won't start playing the game of what kind of pace is he on because it is a long year. But at the very least, he's got to be the front runner for NFL Offensive Player of the Month for September.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 55 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 27.
To throw is Daniels. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Gets past one man. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Off play action. Mendoza. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Mendoza. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the 1st quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genti. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A tackle that time by Kellen Witherspoon. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. That will complete to Trey Tucker. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. This defense for the Commanders is very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
60 boxes.
Back to throw. Mendoza. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
19, come 19, come.
Here's Daniels. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Touchdown, Washington. Christian Watson, 37 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Commanders 13.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays with a long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Oh, look at the juke. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down. A gain of 29 yards. First down, Raiders.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last. He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
To the air goes Daniels.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jalen Lane, 25 yards for the touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Prater for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Raiders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. That's caught. Jack Bech with it. And they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Looking to throw. Mendoza. That's to Bowers once again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, 29 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A nice little juke. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And got his man complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 74 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Ashton Davis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's the backup Cousins. That's to the left side where he's got Miller. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. To throw, Cousins. Short throw caught by Bowers. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cousins. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
He's to the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point good by Prater. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and
throwing is Cousins. That one complete to Naylor. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Cousins. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. That is Mustang 77 Cowboys.
Now Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Second and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Lane, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Prater to add the PAT. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And they'll accept that penalty.
Prater is set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Gets around him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. One final goal for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 62 yards. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Commanders 48, Raiders 10.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Looking to put a drive together. Cousins. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Cousins. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Ashton Davis able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins now.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Throwing, Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes. Daron Payne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Here's Lane.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
60. 18, Rattler, 18.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
Panther 11, Panther 11, Panther 60, Panther 6. Here we go. Cougar 19, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Buffalo 18. Ready.
Here's Daniels.
That's caught downfield. It's Lane. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
That's another Washington first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Hold it ready. Go. Hut, hut.
Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman from 3 yards out.
And the Commanders just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. It makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Nifty move. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Odafe Oweh getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Taking it about the 36. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. To throw is Daniels. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Over the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And the Raiders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, take him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
19, Dragons, Cub 19, Cub 19.
Working out of the gun, Daniels checks it down. Krosky Merritt. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd and 5.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Come on, go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Hard throw, incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Prater's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. You can get 3 out of it. That's great, too.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raiders offense ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Now Cousins. Short throw caught by Bowers. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Cousins the thrower. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. First target, first catch, and a first down.
A gain of 6. And the Raiders first down.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Loss of 8 yards.
Daron Payne able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Cousins. That's caught by Tucker. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The offense on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw, Cousins. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd and 6. They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Cousins. Open man is Tucker. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
It's 4th down.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run once more with JCM. 15 yards the pickup, first down Washington. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And the defense has come up with it.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Here's Cousins. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Here's A.J. Cole now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Well, the home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. And they will take a knee here.
Let's go now. 52 Blues. Ready.
And they take a knee.
Black, 95. Hut, hut.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the